if you're living in a hot part of the world, no matter where, might be a good idea for you to move up in the elevations. Why? Well, that's a natural way to stay cool, for sure. You get up high enough, and you're going to be all right in the summers. Now, you'll freeze to death in the winters, but yeah, if you could get your RV or your camper or your tent uh, up on top of Pikes Peak, about 14,000 feet, you make the summers just fine. I guarantee you. Uh, I was trying to make it better, I think I made it worse. But no, the truth of it is, no matter whether you're in an RV, living in an apartment, living in sticks and bricks, if you're retired and you can move somewhere in the summers, if you live in the South and you want to get out of the heat, you can do it. You know, you're going to need to get to an elevation over 6,000 feet, in my opinion, to be reasonably comfortable. I'm in Capitan, New Mexico, 6,600 feet. It's good for the hottest months, June, July, August. It gets up to around, the hottest it'll get now, around 90. For the highs, the lows will be 58 to 62. So you will need to run your air conditioner occasionally. But if you really wanted to get to some just totally natural cooling, you know, boondocking type stuff, then, you know, you'd need to get a little higher than this. You need to be around 7,000 feet to make a full day comfortably. How do I know? I found out the hard way. Yeah, I went camping one time in a pickup with a camper top, and yeah, it was like making muffins in the oven, and I was the muffin. You understand? No, even though I got to the higher climbs, it was cool. You know, as soon as the sun went down, it'd get cool, and the mornings were nice. But from noon till sundown, pretty toasty, pretty toasty, even at elevation 7,000 feet. That's why a lot of people go to Flagstaff and Taos and different places, and Colorado and Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, Canada, etc. in the summers, is because of the heat. But yeah, you can defeat the heat by moving your feet, so to speak, going where it's cooler. A lot of people refuse to do that. They'd rather just stay at home and complain, but that's their choice. And, you know, I mean, I know people personally that have plenty of money. They could rent a condo or buy a home or whatever in a cooler area and go there 3 or 4 months a year. They don't choose to do that, but when you talk to them, the first thing they're going to tell you is how damn hot it is. You know, and I'm thinking, well, if it's so hot and you got all that money, why don't you break loose a coffee can and go to get you a place? You know, but they won't. For some reason, that's just not in most people's thinking. You know, they think home is it. You know, that's their anchor, and they're going down with the ship. You know, and they may do that. But yeah, reality prevails. You know, if you're a free spirit and you can make the leap of faith to go somewhere in the summers where it's cooler, I would recommend it. I think it's healthier. I think it's certainly easier on your body. And, you know, if you want to feel good and enjoy a contented life, you got to remove what I call stressors. It's a fairly common term now, stressors, those things that cause you stress. And, you know, heat on the human body definitely causes stress. Now, I admit that in your car, you got air conditioner. Also know that in your home, most of you, if not all of you, have an air conditioner, which is wonderful. But if you want to go out for a walk, then you're going to need a cooler climate. You can go to the mall and do the mall walking stuff. A lot of people do. So there's ways to make yourself comfortable, even if you go nowhere. But you know, what's wrong with adding a little variety to your life and renting you a condo somewhere or a place, you know, and stay there. You know, it's going to cost you, I don't know, anywhere from a cabin or whatever. It depends on where you go, how touristy it is, whether it's in New Mexico, northern Arizona, I don't know, some places in Nevada probably, maybe northern California, parts of, well, the only problem with Oregon and Washington, they get a lot of rain. Um, but Idaho, Montana, yeah, all those are certainly options. You know, Dakotas, north and south in the summer. Yeah, I just happen to like the high country of New Mexico because I've gotten used to it over the years. It's convenient to Texas. So, yeah, we're just cruising. This is on the road going from Capitan, New Mexico to Ruidoso. I'm going actually south now, and or southwest. And the elevation of Ruidoso is about the same as Capitan. It's slightly higher. It's close. I guess it depends on where you are in the town, but probably somewhere around 7,000 feet elevation. That's why Ruidoso is a very popular place in the summers for people in Texas, because it's easy to get to, prices aren't too crazy, and yeah, they got all the shopping you need. They got the horse races and the casino and stuff, so they got something to do if you're into that stuff. But me, I'm a contented guy. I don't do the gambling. I have been to the horse races. I have been to the casino one time, and yeah, it's all pretty, and you know, you can get caught up in it. It's like a dollar vortex. You know what I mean? Away you go down, but it's like flushing the toilet. Those vortexes go down. You know, so. But anyway, for you guys that are looking for some way to get out of the heat in the southern part of the U.S. now, you know, look around at states north of you where just look at the temperatures north of you, say within 750 miles, you know, and see what you can find, because you might be surprised that there's places you can find that will be nice and cool and not too damn expensive, you know. And so, but you only live once, and you know, might as well enjoy it the best way you can. And yeah, I don't see any problem with that. Yeah, you know, I've never been to the Adirondacks in New York State, and I've never been to the Smoky Mountains, but I'm sure that well, I think I've been to the Smoky Mountains. I have done that, but you know, you just find you a place around there that's in a cooler area, and do it. You know, the main thing is do it. You know, you can plan yourself out of existence. You know, you just keep saying, well, let me think about that. Let me think about it. Well, then one day you're gone, and the thinking is over. You know, but yeah, you got to live every moment. You know, you got to live every day. You know, you got to live now. You know, tomorrow's out of sight, and yesterday's gone. But guys, here we are, and I like this part of the drive right here. I call this the S's, but we're getting close to Alto, I think. There's a few little communities right here together. You know, Ruidoso Downs is not part of Ruidoso. It's a separate little town. You got Ruidoso Downs, Ruidoso, Alto, and then other places near here. Yeah, we climb up here. We probably go over 7,500 feet here, and you can go up to Ski Apache of the drive up there. I think you get close to around 10,500 feet there at Ski Apache. Not a bad drive. I don't really enjoy driving in mountains that much anymore, but for you young Turks, it'd probably be interesting. This is called Angus Mountain that we're on now. Then we go down the mountain into, I guess, Alto. I'm not sure. Maybe no, we haven't done Alto yet, I don't think. So we'll enjoy the drive now. And you guys think about ways to stay cool. Now, if you're in an RV, you know, of course, you got an air conditioner, but you got to have 110 volt to run it, or a generator. You can get enough solar to do it, but it's going to be a lot in batteries. You're going to have a lot of batteries and a lot of solar to run a 110 volt air conditioner. You can do it. People are doing it now. And you can also get those portable units, air conditioners, and they make some pretty good ones now. Frigidaire makes one or two. Black & Decker make them. They're sold on Amazon. They cost you about, anywhere from $275 to $400 for a small one. And yeah, like 4,000 to 6,000 BTUs, maybe 8,000 BTUs. Yeah, and they're easy to install, but can you run those off of solar? Maybe. Yeah, because they're still pulling 800 watts. That's a whole lot less than about 2,000 watts on the startup of a regular RV AC. So, and you can also do those little like swamp cooler things, the humidifiers, they blow air over water on these coils, and in a really dry climate, that works very effectively as a cooler. Yeah. I tried one time, one that was about, I don't know, it's probably 10 inches square, and well, if your face was right in front of it, it felt pretty cool, yeah. But the rest of the room, no, not an errand. So guys, we'll go a little bit here. What do we got here? Yeah, we'll let y'all enjoy the drive into Ruidoso, because I got to go to Walmart and get some stuff. I was gonna change my reservation in Cuesta to a nearer date, but I called and the best they could do was July the 4th. Well, hell, that's only a week when I plan on arriving anyway. Gasoline here is $3.39, $3.49 a gallon for regular unleaded. In Texas, it's probably, somebody left a comment, it was $1.69 near Midland, Texas. You can't tell me that's transportation cost difference. But staying cool, guys, very important as you get older. Or even when you're younger, you can have a heat stroke at any age, but you're more likely to be affected by the heat, more so as you age, get into your 70s and so forth. Yeah, you just get one mistake. Yeah, you just get one shot. It's like an aneurysm or whatever they call it. All kind of things can happen. Why am I talking about that? I don't know. I guess heat can bring on anything. But it's not bad here. The temperature right now, this is 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, Ruidoso time, shows to be 76 degrees, which is probably 15 degrees cooler than most parts of Texas at the same time. I was planning on turning there. As you can see, I didn't. So I guess I'll go through downtown. That was Gavilan Canyon Road. It's kind of it's not, I don't know if it's a shortcut so much, but it's just not as much traffic on that road. Because when you get near downtown here in Ruidoso, it's such a touristy town that it can be a little busy during the summer. It's a pretty drive going this way though, because you come over this mountain here, beautiful view. Yeah, and when you get trapped in this lane that's ending, if you think somebody's going to slow down and let you move over, you're dreaming. The mountains of Ruidoso and Lincoln National Forest. Could you come here and live in a boondock in a motorhome or a tent? You could, but there's parts of the day that you're going to be a little toasty. Yeah. People that go tent camping, I saw a few of them with little 110 volt air conditioners, the 5,000 BTU that plug into 110, and they'll get a site at a state park with electric, plug it in, they're good to go, man. Yeah, because you can fix the exhaust vent, so that it's blowing out of the tent by just rolling the door up a little bit, the entry door. Yeah, I thought that was cool. Yeah, good word, cool, huh? But it is important to, if you can, I know, those of you that are still in the workforce, you're limited until you retire, and I know that. But for those of you that are no longer in the workforce, retired, whatever, uh, look at your options. Drop off some of that baggage that you don't need, and move on with life. Every time I look behind me and there's a car 3 feet from my bumper, I'm thinking, why do they do that? I'm driving the speed limit, slightly over actually. The speed limit's 40. I'm going 42. I know that's not a whole lot of difference, but notice I didn't pull in there and get me a Dr. Pepper at my Dr. Pepper stop. I'm not doing those anymore. I'm doing my green tea. In fact, I think I'll have a swaller. Yeah, I get some organic green tea off Amazon. I don't know. It's supposed to be organic and all that stuff. You never know. It's got a good taste. It's not expensive. You get 100 bags for, I mean, 100 bags for $8, I think it was. 100 cups. One bag is a cup of tea. I make it more than that though. I make me a good old 16-ounce cup with one and put in some honey for sweetener. Yeah, honey water is actually good for your vocal cords. Warm honey water, and that's basically what I'm drinking with green tea stuck in it. Is this exciting, guys, or what? I mean, but I'm telling you. Ruidoso, come on out there, cowboy. I can't see you. No, he won't. No, he just going around in a circle. Smarty. The Ruidoso Convention Center down there to the left. There's also a big, nice motel and resort there. I think it's called the Elegante. Could be wrong on that. But anyway, I went in there the other day. Went inside the hotel. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Probably, I don't know, around $200 a night, I guess. And Ruidoso ends with an O. I keep getting it screwed up. I pronounce it Ruidosa. Well, it's Ruidoso. Ruidoso means noisy water. I've said that, I don't know, 500 or 600 times. But, again, every now and then, guys, believe it or not, we get somebody new. Not often. I mean, it's kind of like falling into a trapdoor spider's hole, walking along, next thing you know, they end up in Wonderland. Wonder why they got here. They have manhole covers in the street here, and the manhole covers have about a 2-inch or 3-inch gap, you know what I mean? So you have to move over far enough on the right-hand side so you don't hit all the manhole covers. But it's a pretty good little bump. That's really part of staying cool, and that fits right in. This all is a good, well-structured video, well thought out. I wouldn't know what to do with a script. I mean, if I was an actor, a movie star type, and they handed me a script, well, first of all, it would take me a year to memorize my lines and my cues and all that stuff, because that's not easy to do, I don't think. And but what I'd do is I'd probably forget the exact word in the script, just stick one in that's close, and they don't like that. Script writers like for you to stick to the script, word for word. Some actors can, they've done it so long that they just scan it and they got it, A couple of days and they're ready. I don't even know any of the good actors or actresses, the new ones, say from 19 or say from 2000 forward. I don't know any of those because I don't keep up with movies. Now that fits right in great, Rusty. Way to go. Well, guys, I'm gonna shoot this horse pretty soon here. Y'all want to go through downtown again? We might as well because we're almost there. You can see if there's somebody selling a pickup. Has the price of new cars come down, or are they still riding their high horse? I looked at some. They were still riding their high horse on the hybrids. Not only were they asking full MSRP, they were tacking on anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 a unit. The name of this street here is Sutterth, and if you have a lisp, be careful saying Sutterth. Downtown Ruidoso, New Mexico, June 20th, 2023. I might post this in the next couple of days, I'm not sure. But yeah, when it comes up, you'll know that it was Tuesday morning, 9:37 a.m., 78 degrees, and a few touristas out and about. The reason this street is not real busy right now, even though it may appear to be that way, it's much busier later on. The shops don't open. A lot of them don't open till 10. Some of them don't even open till 11. If it's a eatery, they usually don't open till 11. And a lot of people come here to go shopping downtown and then go get something to eat. I don't eat out much. I mean, occasionally I'll get a pizza or maybe a breakfast taco. It's always hard to choose which lane to be in this area because the speed limit's 25. They've got speed humps, not bumps, humps, and sometimes the person on the left will want to turn left, and they'll back up traffic for half a mile, and then sometimes the right lane will be blocked because somebody parked with their car sticking out in the street. And if you go right here, you go to Grindstone Lake. Speed limit 25. Yeah, and you ought to adhere closely to that speed limit, even though we are a little early for a lot of the walking traffic. Yeah, watching out for old Bubba from Texas. He's on vacation, so he's immune to laws and everything. Bulletproof. We're doing pretty good here, so don't jinx it. Here's another. There's about a half a dozen speed humps. This is one right here. Boom, boom. They're not too bad. They're good and humpy. You know, they got a good hump. It's not a speed bump, it's a speed hump. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And there's your science fact for the day. We had to learn all those things when I was a kid. We did a lot of memory work in school. I'm not sure they do much of that now. But yeah, we had to memorize the poem or the, I don't know, a few paragraphs of the poem Edgar Allan Poe and the Raven. Yeah, I can still remember a little of it. Let's see. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary, suddenly there came a rapping, a tapping, or a gentle tap at my chamber door. Anyway, it turned out to be a raven, and when the raven came in, his response to most things was nevermore. And it had something to do with a lost love that Edgar Allan Poe had or made up for this poem. Because every time he asked the raven a question, the raven would say, nevermore. Enough said about that, guys. We're going to nevermore this video right about now. But from Edgar Allan Poe, almost. This is Rusty78609 saying, I haven't done that in a while. Thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy anything you want, anytime. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people, or one nation or one people, to dissolve the political bonds which have associated them with another, and to assume, never done. Shut up, Rusty. Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, keep your health. Think positive, stand guard at the door of your mind. Read a good book. Adios, bye.